Do you own your own business? Or are you considering starting one? Then this episode is definitely for you. Hi there, it's Ben Binger, your Denver local home loan expert. And on this episode of Did You Know, we're going to look at how running your own business may impact your qualifications for a home loan. Stay tuned. So you're a business owner, or perhaps you're considering becoming one. Fantastic. After all, it's the American dream, right? Being able to create something from nothing and becoming your own boss. But without proper planning, that dream could become a nightmare if you're not prepared when it comes time for your loan application. Let's take a couple of minutes to talk about how being self-employed can change the way an underwriter will look at that loan application. On one side of this spectrum, if you make a living with your primary income being as a W-2 employee, paid hourly or salary, there's many situations where we can close a loan with as little as an offer letter and your first paycheck from a new job. Pretty smooth, pretty simple. If you have a second job, seasonal income, or maybe you work part-time, please see my educational video on using variable income to qualify. It's kind of in a ballpark of its own. However, for this episode, we're going to look at the other end of the spectrum, looking at the differences of how you qualify if you own your own business, if you generate your income and you're self-employed. There is a night and day difference going from being a W-2 employee to running your own business. An underwriter will look at your qualifying income completely differently. So I'll give you an example. I spoke to a potential buyer a couple of months back who'd gotten burned at another lender when his financing was denied. He explained that he had spent 4 years working underneath an experienced garage door installer, learning the business, building up his experience and knowledge base. And after his 4th year, he decided to launch out, start his own company, launch a garage door installation business of his own. And after 10 months of this business, he had reached out to a lender to obtain what he thought was a solid pre-approval. And it was only after going under contract on that home that he was hoping to purchase that everything fell apart in underwriting. And this potential home buyer ended up losing their ability to get a loan. Unfortunately, the lender he was with did not consider these self-employment differences when they issued his pre-approval. So let me explain some of the details he shared with me and help prepare you as well. He told me that he made $90,000 in his first 10 months of running this business. A great start, absolutely, to be sure. But underwriting is going to go off of the same figure that you submit to the IRS for your tax liability, or what's called your AGI, your adjusted gross income. Well, after his deductions, this potential home buyer had written off $80,000 of income, and all he showed was $10,000 in his AGI, or his adjusted gross income. Well, you can imagine the challenges of trying to show $10,000 for your entire year of income. In addition, an underwriter will definitely need to see 12 months filed on a tax return, and depending on your loan program, they may need to see a full 24 months of self-employment history for qualification. At a minimum, even if you don't have a full 24 months of self-employment, an underwriter will most likely average your income from your 2 tax returns over those 24 months. Another factor to consider is the cash flow of your business bank account. If you use business funds as a part of qualifying, maybe to pay closing costs, to show for reserves, or maybe for your down payment, an underwriter will do what's called a cash flow analysis to ensure that using those business funds does not jeopardize the health of your future business growth. Any large deposits or withdrawals, or even just your overall monthly balances, will be under scrutiny from an underwriter from as soon as 3 months back all the way up to 12 months of that banking history. Now, let me say it's not an impossible scenario. It just does take a little bit of extra planning. I've helped plenty of self-employed borrowers just like yourself in obtaining home loan financing. If you are self-employed though, or you're considering self-employment, and you're also interested in preparing to buy a home this year, give my team and I a chance to help and serve you. I can take a look at a P&L or maybe tax returns to give you a better idea of where you would qualify at and how an underwriter would see that file. Every single month, we've helped homebuyers just like yourself obtain financing and buy that home of their dreams. Thanks again for watching. If you found this information to be helpful, please take a moment to leave a comment, maybe give me a like or follow or subscribe to keep getting every episode of free content delivered straight to you. Thanks again for joining me.